What's up, you guys? It's Rob here. I mean, we got to talk about Palantir because today we broke through a significant point and we touched essentially sub $20 for a little bit today, which was not good for Palantir, but we're really seeing this with the overall market. Anything that's got a high PE ratio, anything that's labeled tech or growth, it's just absolutely been getting decimated. Like, you take a look at Tesla, it's up one day and then the next day it's getting whacked all the way back down. You take a look at ARK, if you take a look at any ARK ETF, it's getting whacked. If you take a look at NEO, it's getting whacked. If you take a look at any really tech or growth stock like Tattooed Chef, Nano Dimensions, all these stocks are really just getting whacked because the shorts right now are essentially just saying we're growing at such a high, we have such high expectations with all these growth stocks that we really are not going to be able to meet them from a long-term perspective, and we need to really take this from an exponential curve to more of a linear curve and flatten out our growth expectations, which is going to cause a little bit of pain. Now you got to keep in mind when we have these kinds of like corrections within the market, or really with these kinds of sell-offs now that it's really becoming, this isn't, personally, in my opinion, keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. These aren't the situations where you put your hands underneath your butt and you sit on them. These are the kinds of situations where you take that dry powder and you say, okay, I'm going to go buy myself a little bit of Palantir today. I'm going to go buy myself a little bit of NEO. I'm going to go buy myself a little bit of Tesla. I'm going to go buy myself a little bit of these things. And you just nibble on these stocks, because what's going to end up happening is when the suits and all the shorts decide, okay, all right, we're done. Tech's looking very attractive now. We want to hop back into it. They're going to rotate back into it. And instead of you saying, okay, well, I'm going to wait until it really gets to the bottom and buy the bottom, because 9 out of 10 times when you think you're buying at the bottom, you're not going to probably be buying at the bottom. You might be buying on the way up because you constantly sit there and watch the price. A lot of people miss timing the bottom, and that's the reason why a lot of people say dollar cost average on your way down. But anyways, I've got a little bit long and rambly, but do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and make sure that you turn on notifications for this video, because I drop a stock video pretty much just about every single day. And if you have any ticker suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below and I'll take a look at it and maybe do a video on it. But let's go on in here and cover the chart on Palantir. So Palantir finished down 5% for the day. Ouch. We're down below our support of 21.23. We're seeing lower points than what we were. We hop out here to the 5-day time frame and zoom out a little bit. Actually, let's hop out to the 1 month time frame. We hop back here and we take a look at where we were back here. We're lower than where we were back here. This is 21.24. We're essentially all the way back here, which is sitting at about $20.18. So we've officially formed a newer low, which is not a good sign for Palantir. Now you got to keep in mind that right now the greater overall market is just obliterating every tech and growth stock. So just Palantir is still the same company that they were 20 days ago. They're still misunderstood by Wall Street, and they're still going to be a good company moving forward. And this provides the perfect dip buying opportunity. I'm not a financial advisor, not financial advice, but if I were to say anything, I'm buying the dip. So, but if you take a look here on the 1 hour time frame, we are pretty much sitting here. We touched oversold today because we had a very volatile move, 5% move for a normal stock, definitely a very volatile move to the downside. We did finish green here in the after hours, which brought the RSI back up above oversold and put us at 37. We take a look here at the MACD. MACD is very overextended. So if anything that I'm going to be looking for is for us to make a move either to the upside, or are we going to get comfortable down here? If we get comfortable down here, I'm definitely going to be a little bit on the concern side, because Palantir reports their earnings on the 11th. And if we're getting comfortable around $20, that's not a good sign for this stock. Like, we hop in here and take a look at Ortex. Ortex, I believe, has a $25 price target on the stock. Come on, Ortex, what are you doing? come on. Peter apparently decided to take a nap on me. So if we take a look at Palantir, we have a price target of $25. If we hop back in here, the Weeble, we're trading at $20. So we're trading $5 below our price target easily. And nothing has really fundamentally changed about this company. So you got to keep that in mind. So the next thing that I'm going to be really concerned about is what are we going to do going in the earnings? Are we going to sell off in the earnings and then are we going to have the inverse of buy the rumor, sell the news, and sell the rumor, buy the news kind of thing of us having a positive earnings? I don't know. But the thing that I'm definitely going to say is this definitely puts a lot of pressure on Palantir to have a really good earnings call. And if there's anything, and I'm sure Wall Street's going to be pulling out the little magnifying glass and looking at every little last metric on that earnings report. And if they can find anything to knock the stock for, they're just going to we thought we were down in the ground and we were down in the dirt. They're just going to beat it down even more kind of thing. But we just have to keep in mind, these are opportunities for us to buy the dip. It's painful. Yes, right now, we're all tired of seeing red in our portfolio. A lot of us are tech and growth stock people because these are definitely fields that are going to be growing very quickly in the future and are the up and coming fields. So it's a lot of high risk, high reward kind of thing. So we have to be okay with seeing this red. It's just we have to take the opportunity, dollar cost average down, and then just hold for the long term. For the short term, this isn't good for a short term investor. So if you're a short term investor, this is not the stock for you. You want to hold the stock for the long term. I'm holding the stock for the 5 or 10 year outlook. I'm not holding it for less than a year. Like that's just who I am. And that's the type of investor I am. So I'm a long-term investor. I'm not a short-term investor. But the huge thing I'm taking a look at here is we crossed our 200-day moving average all the way back here on April 30th. So we have the crossing over here of the 60-day moving average going over the 200 EMA on the 3rd, which is a bearish signal. Everything points that we are in a very bearish direction. So the only thing that I can think of is what's next. If we zoom out here, we have to actually, I think, go out to the year to date time frame to really take a look at it. We haven't been at this level since, this stock really, we haven't been here since, November of 2020. So right after the election when there was a lot of uncertainty in the market. We haven't been there. And the only candle we have is really green candle. So we're not headed in a good direction. And on a day scale, and this is standing out to me like a sore thumb, our RSI is in here at 3291, and we have a bearish MACD here. So I hate to say it, but I think we're going to be going down these probably tomorrow. I mean, I really hope that we have a nice bounce up because $20 for Palantir is just, you got to be, one of the YouTubers I listen to says, you got to be flipping my flapjacks. Like, this is insane that this stock is this low. Like, I don't even know what to say about it. Like, I'm really looking for us. I'm hoping that we bounce off the $20 psychological support here and just move in an upwards direction. After that, I mean, if we want to really take a look at it, I think the next support that we have is going to be around $19.13, which is going to be the bottom of this candle. And we did get rejected off of it here on this candle, but I only have 2 touch points. So I can't, it's really hard to do technical analysis getting down this low because this stock doesn't have that much of a history. So the crazy thing that I'm seeing here is the next support after that would be really good is gonna be sitting here around $16. Yikes. Maybe if we bring this one down a little bit, we can get these 4 candles here. So sitting at 1875-ish. We're gonna have these 4 candles here. So if we don't bounce off of $20, then it looks like 1875 and then $16 are going to be our supports to the downside, which is not good. And I mean, if we keep having negative days, we're going to push this RSI in the oversold. And then we essentially have to have a bounce at some point because the RSI being oversold here on the day scale is a really huge deal. So I hate to say it, guys, prepare for us to test $20 tomorrow. And if we don't find support at $20, then we're probably going to be seeing sub 19. Well, not sub 19, sub $20. And then testing this support here at 1887 is the next support that I can really find that has 3 touch points. And that's all my support lines. Like I could draw it up here if I really want to, but it only has 2 touch points. I want to find multiple touch points where we've either been rejected or we have found support at the line that validated as a level of support. We're really starting to get in the territory that is very unknown to the stock, which is not a good sign, and it's to the downside and not to the upside. So keep that in mind. But that's really what I got for you guys today. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to drop a comment down below. But just hodl is all I can really say. Is hodl, manage your risk. This is a very bloody market right now, and it's very bloody, especially in tech and growth. So just hold for the long term. If the stock doesn't fit within your risk management, then you have to make the moves that you have to make at this point. But just if you can, hold for the long term. It eventually has to go back up. We do have more bullish days than what we do bearish days. It doesn't seem like that right now, but we definitely will have more bullish days ahead of us, guys. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.